for the dreamers. They might say there's no way, it's better to stay safe, but not for believers. What does it mean to be a pioneer, reaching your full potential? It means being bold, no, bigger than bold, monumental. Having no fear in the face of adversity, essential. They doubt us, inconsequential. Where would we be if we ceased at the first "you can't do that"? How would we advance if we stopped in our tracks every time we heard "hey you, move back"? We develop thick skin when opposition wishes we'd stay soft. Against resistance, our persistence will pay off. It's this drive that reminds us to be braver. It's this drive that designs the next game changer. It's this drive that drives us to be our best, a university built on diversity and success. You see, we set out to be what we see in you, innovators, free thinkers, seekers of truth. A Wright State University, the path of the pioneer begins here.
My name is Dante and I'm studying environmental science. So I'm going to show you a quick tour here in Wright State. So feel free to follow me. So here we're at the Student Union, and just like the name says, this is a building where students come here to be unified in a lot of organizations. Here we have our front desk. You can always come here and ask your questions about financial aid, scholarship. We have Reader Connect over there. On the back is where we have our extra offices here on the Student Union. Here we have Wright Credit Union. This is our on-campus bank. We have 2 ATMs on campus, and one thing I really like about them is that they do increments of $5 instead of the usual increments of 20, because we're all college students. We have our bookstore. This is where you guys are gonna come and get your books for your classes. You can buy them or rent them. And if you guys like reading, this is also a Barnes & Noble affiliated bookstore. I don't know if you guys heard my accent already, but I'm actually an international student. So this was my first stop here on campus. This is the international office. If you're also interested in studying abroad, you can come here and pretty much go to any country that you like. So this is our main dining area here on Wright State. This is the Union Market. We have a lot of options for you guys. We have a Tim Hortons here on campus. You can make your own sandwich on this place called Create. We also have an Italian place, a burger place, and even some international foods. I'll introduce you to Cassidy, my friend, and she's gonna be able to show you the lower part of the Student Union.
Hey guys, I'm Cassidy. I'm one of our other tour guides here. I'm a senior at Wright State and a nursing major with a minor in psychology. So first we have our food pantry right here. All students have access to this on campus. And then around the corner we also have our counseling and wellness center. Students are able to pay a $20 fee at the beginning of the semester, and then you're able to have free counseling throughout the whole semester. We'll head into our lower atrium and check out our rec center. We have more of our relaxation rec area. We have our ping pong tables, foosball tables. On the opposite side, we have some racquetball rooms. We also have our rock climbing wall. Students are able to sign up with an instructor and learn how to do. We also have our outdoor recreation center. So next, we're down here in the recreation area and we have our circulation desk. So this is where students are able to swipe their student ID and have access to our recreation center completely free. We have studios in the back like cycling, Zumba, yoga, different things like that, recreation activities that are offered in the morning and in the afternoons. And then we also have our large fitness center back this way. We have a bunch of equipment that is available for students to utilize throughout the week. It's open till 10 p.m. during the weekdays. So next we have our lower atrium. This is a great spot for a lot of events to happen throughout the week. You can often see a blood drive happening here, one of our student organizations throwing a project or a group going on campus. You can often see students giving away food, shirts, bags throughout the week. I always check it out because who doesn't love free stuff, especially as a college student? So you're always able to have access to any of the events that are going on down here throughout the week. And then we do have our student organization offices over this way. If you're in maybe one of our larger student organizations like University Activities Board or Student Government on campus, you're able to have access to the offices that are located over here for those students specifically. Next down this hallway that we're going to go through are a bunch of offices for students that you might have access to throughout the week and utilize as a student. First, we have our Student Leadership and Involvement office. So this is an office that you're able to get more information about all of our groups and clubs on campus. campus. We do have about 200 different organizations on campus that you're able to participate in. Next, we have our radio station. As a student, you can take one class for a semester, and then every week you get 1 hour of free airtime. So if you think you're funny and want a comedy show, maybe you want to play smooth jazz, whatever you want to do while you're on the air, you're able to have access to that. That is the end of our tour of the Student Union. Thanks for joining us. If you ever want any more information, you're able to go to Wright State's website, wright.edu, or always contact our admissions office for more information. We hope you make the right choice, and we see you soon.
College is about experiences. It's about how you grow and develop. You come into college wide-eyed and nervous, and you leave with a sense of direction.
I've been able to not only excel in the classroom, but I've been able to make friends. I've been able to do job opportunities, so it just keeps growing.
If you go to college and you get involved in these student organizations and you start making these friends and you really just have these opportunities to benefit yourself, you'll really love your experience at Wright State. There's a lot of different areas for students to just kind of do their own thing. If you want to go and hang out with friends at a basketball game or just on campus somewhere, there's a pool on campus, recreational facilities, multiple gyms in the Nutter Center.
Other things that are fun on campus are events that happen at the Nutter Center. It's kind of like the epicenter of Wright State. There's WrestleMania, Kevin Hart, there's Lil Wayne, men's and women's basketball, volleyball. More importantly, I think the baseball games are pretty nice.
You can become part of our Model UN team, or you can become part of Greek life. You can become part of organizations that specialize in something you're interested in. So you instantly find like-minded people that have the same passion as you.
There's also a lot of opportunities to go do stuff in the student union. Like there's the rock wall, and there's of course the gym and a bunch of events that they hold.
Living on campus is fantastic because you're close to your friends, you're close to your classes, you're close to your professors.
People that you'll live with on your floor, they may be your same major, they may be different majors, but you'll be able to make friendships that are going to last the whole time that you're here at Wright State.
I came to Wright State University looking for an education and I found a home. It's really just a welcoming environment from the residence halls to the student activities and groups on campus. Everybody can really find their own place and their own niche on campus to have something for themselves.
One of my favorite things about Wright State is you're not set up for failure, you're set up for success.
When you come here, the faculty is incredibly helpful, and you can tell that every single one of them cares about your success.
They're there from day one till graduation. So they give you any opportunities that they possibly can to make sure that you succeed in getting your degree.
We're very fortunate at Wright State University to have a brand new Student Success Center.
It's designed for active learning and student engagement.
The 3 different centers that we offer in this building are the Math Learning Center, the University Writing Center, and then tutoring.
So active learning is designed to engage the students while they're in the lecture environment.
They're different than the normal classroom because there's more hands-on exercises. Mine had to do with like rocks and minerals, so the professor would actually get out the rocks and you'd be able to touch them and see them and feel them.
In active learning, the professor or teacher will lecture for 10-20 minutes. Most of these active learning classrooms, they have small groups that they're split into, as well as learning assistants that come in and help.
For the first year advisors at Wright State, they definitely help you with picking your classes and deciding what you want to take and try and make your first year the best year you can make it.
Wright State has a lot of different programs that are aimed at helping students succeed. The campus itself really facilitates active learning and helping students get what they need. The library is a tremendous resource for students that are doing research. A lot of the faculty are very well versed in up-and-coming educational methods and what sort of stuff is helpful for students.
Wright State gives me the opportunity to do things my way and lets me choose what I want. There's really no boundaries.
If you walk around Wright State's campus, you will see students of all ages coming from all different religions, all different races, cultures, ethnic backgrounds, abilities.
Lets me be me. That's as simple as I can say it. And Wright State definitely lets me be me. Since the first day I stepped on campus, I haven't had to change who I am and my core values, not one bit.
They're not just looking for numbers. They're not just looking for statistics that makes Wright State better. They're saying whatever your needs are, we want to meet those needs and we want to make sure that you graduate.
Wright State shines in terms of really being welcoming to all types of people, whether it's disability, veterans, people of diverse backgrounds.
Every student is unique in their own way of thinking, their own way of learning, and their own way of experiences.
The tunnel system that we had, where they developed it for maintenance, but realized very quickly that it was an accessibility feature that many of our students with disabilities benefited from. We've always been ahead of the curve when it comes to providing services and opportunities for a variety of people, no matter what their circumstance, background, ability might be. And I think that that's something that we've always had as a point of pride here at Wright State.
I work in the Belinga Black Cultural Resource Center. We also have the Office of Latino Affairs, the Asian and Native American Center, Office of LGBTQA Affairs, as well as the Women's Center.
We have adaptive recreation for our students so that whether they're in a chair or whatever disability they might have, we have options for them.
And we also have intramurals where we're playing soccer, basketball, football, just having a great time, providing that competitive environment.
We have a pretty strong legacy when it comes to access and inclusion for people with disabilities.
Wright State is one of the top schools for military veterans. They've built a 4,500 square foot veteran military center.
The Veteran Military Center here at Wright State is it's a space as well as a resource center. It allows us as the veterans to be able to have a space where we can continue that camaraderie with other like-minded people, other veterans, as we progress towards our degree. But it's also a resource center to help us use our GI Bills and help us acclimatize, again, as we start to pursue our degrees and as we graduate.
No matter who you are, there's a place for you here at Wright State University.
I think there's a huge amount of value in education and in learning. To me, most of the really profound learning happens when you bring that scholarship to the community.
I go into the Dayton Public Schools, work with the students to encourage them and to make them successful in the classroom.
Some of the classes I've taken are exercise physiology, kinesiology, adaptive recreation. You're learning how exercise affects the body and also learning how to design a program to best fit your client's needs.
If you have a passion for helping others, the College of Education and Human Services is the one for you.
We're actually going out to the schools and using science methods in classes with real live children, and also in garden spaces, which are these living laboratories right outside the school. Then our university students are learning firsthand how they might be teaching science in a way that's meaningful to the lives of children in our community.
My classes are very hands-on and interactive. You're interacting with clients, and you always can look forward to doing something fun in your classes.
The faculty that are leading classes in our schools are taking a back seat, and the teacher candidates are the ones who are designing the lessons. They're the ones who are asking questions.
We have the pleasure of experiencing the different environments to expose us to inner city, rural, and suburban school districts, not just the different types of kids that we could be teaching, but how different teachers interact with these different students.
When someone has a new idea, there's someone here to say, sure, let's work on that together. Let's find a new way to solve this problem. The legacy of the Wright brothers and that commitment to entrepreneurship and that openness to innovation and new ideas is something that has been a big part of why I chose to be a student at Wright State.
My name's Cassidy, and we are currently in the Student Success Center. So in here, we're going to check out some of our lecture halls. First right here is one of our scale-up classrooms. In this classroom, each student desk has its own personal laptop. This is a great way for our professors to be interactive with the students. And in these classrooms, you'll only have about 4 or 5 of these larger lecture halls within your undergrad here. We have a student-teacher ratio of 13:1, so a lot of our classes are these smaller classrooms here. Next, on the second floor of our Student Success Center, we have our Academic Success Center. So back here we have our tutoring services, our math learning center, and our writing learning center. As a student, you get 1 hour per class per week of free tutoring. So if you're taking 5 classes, you get 5 free hours per week of tutoring services, and you can use up to 2 hours per class. Also, if you're interested in becoming a tutor on campus, it is one of our highest paying jobs on campus. So if you're super passionate about calculus or something like that, you're able to help out other students with that. With our writing learning center and our math learning center, you can also go in here and get help with other things without an appointment. So if you need help proofreading a paper, formatting a paper, you can go in and get help from other students. Or if you need help on your basic mathematical or statistical classes up to your 3000 classes, you can also come in here and get help. Next, on the second floor, we have our Student Success Services office. This is our advising offices for our undecided students. So if you come into Wright State and you have no idea what you want to do, you can come to this office and they can help you out. And once you do declare your major, they will transfer you to an office of your major, so you don't have to worry about dealing with that on your own. In here, we also have our career services. So maybe if you ever need some extra help building a resume, wanting to do one of those workshops, you're able to go to those programs that they throw for students. That is the end of our tour. Thanks for joining us. If you ever want any more information, you're able to go to Wright State's website, wright.edu, or always contact our admissions office for more information. We hope you make the right choice, and we see you soon.
Liberal arts is an extremely diverse college. We have lots of different majors within the College of Liberal Arts. You can be a major in anthropology, you can be a major in political science, social sciences, humanities,
music and visual arts and performing arts like theater, dance, and even motion pictures.
We have all these interdisciplinary programs as well, where you're going to be able to prepare yourself for careers in anything, really.
One of the core foundations of being a scholar within liberal arts is that you're well-rounded before you leave.
You're learning a ton of skills, how to communicate effectively, how to research, how to analyze problems, how to work in teams.
It's basically a place where you can find something for you, not only while you're getting your degree, but multiple career paths afterwards.
You're not just earning a degree within the College of Liberal Arts, you're opening a gateway of opportunities to be successful in everything that you do.
I've gotten great opportunities like getting to perform on the festival Playhouse stage twice and getting to meet these incredible people they bring in for master classes.
I love being part of Model UN, which has had 30 plus years of success in our national conference in New York City.
In the new Tom Hanks Center for Motion Pictures, the motion picture majors have even more opportunities to create their art. I think that great things are going to come from it.
You have so much maneuverability within liberal arts to get to do what you want. I love that. Wright State helps students succeed by making sure that not only do we have institutional ways to help students, but also college specific.
There's no other program exactly like this one. I don't think I would get the education that I'm getting here at any other school.
There's a place for everyone. It's a home. It's not just a place for you to open your books and just achieve your degree.
Hey guys, my name is Dante. I am a junior and an international student here at Wright State, and so I'll be showing you a little bit about the dorms here on campus. All this area you can see around, it's called the Woods. All the buildings you see are named after trees. I think that's like a quick fun fact. I really like that this whole area feels like a neighborhood. So it's kind of like separated from the whole Wright State campus. It's like a 5-minute walk from your educational buildings. I'm gonna show you a couple options of dorms you guys have. So these are the hallways here on the Woods. I'm gonna show you first a single dorm. All the furniture you see, it's included. Each dorm shares a restroom to a dorm next to it. So if you're a single, like the dorm we saw previously, you're gonna share a restroom with another single. And if you're a double dorm, like on this one, you're gonna share it with another double. But even though you share a restroom, I think it's nice that you get your own sink. There's a small fridge in there and a microwave as well. One cool thing I like about these dorms is the students control their air conditioner themselves. So now this is the super single. You get all this extra space only for you, and all the furniture is included as well. You would get a wardrobe per person and a desk per person as well. All the dorms here on campus have a staff member that you can always go to, and they'll be in charge of making sure all the buildings are safe and students can stay here, study, but also have some fun time as well. Now, this is the triple. This is actually the most affordable option of all. If you like living with 2 other roommates, I think this is a pretty good option for you guys. You get a lot of extra space. You would get 3 wardrobes and 3 desks. And so this is such a huge dorm, and I like that you don't really have to share a restroom with the dorm next to you. You will get a restroom for yourself. And my favorite amenity is that you will get a larger fridge. This is the last option for you guys. This is the double deluxe. This is definitely the hot ticket of all the dorms here on campus. A lot of students and parents really like this dorm. And so you will get a triple-size dorm for only 2 people. So it's a very attractive option. You will also get a restroom for yourselves, a larger fridge as well. If you know a friend or somebody you want to be roommates with already, and Wright State will be able to match you guys up. But if you are open to meet someone new, you're gonna get interviewed pretty much. They're gonna ask you things like how late or how early you go to bed, what's your major, all of these things, and Wright State will be able to pair you with someone with similar characteristics. You'll be able to have the best experience here at the Wright State dorms.
Hands-on experiences are important in engineering because in math and science, what you do is you study things that have already been invented and already exist. But in engineering, it's all about taking initiative and inventing new things and taking that next step.
And that's what we're about at Wright State University. Tremendous opportunities for undergraduate students and graduate students alike to further their own expertise and their research pathways for careers right here in Dayton, Ohio. The opportunities are fantastic for engineering and computer science students to work very local to campus, 5 minutes away inside the fence at Wright-Patterson at the Air Force Research Laboratory, or at the dozens of defense contractors and local industry that supports the aerospace mission, the healthcare mission, as well as advanced manufacturing.
For engineering, the pioneering spirit means that we're trying new things that other universities aren't. So one of the reasons that engineering math is so important is because a lot of students will be intimidated by math courses, and oftentimes they won't be able to see how they're able to use all this knowledge and math skills in the real world.
It gives kids the opportunity to use the math that they've learned in high school and the math they're going to learn in college and apply it to engineering concepts early in their degree.
We believe in learning by doing. For example, in computer science, we use a student-centered active learning environment where we have our students working collaboratively in teams where faculty members can use best practices in education to have students doing actual computer programming in the classroom and not just sitting back and being lectured at.
I chose Wright State because the minute I came here, I could tell how friendly the faculty were, how great everyone was, and how much they wanted me to succeed. They gave me opportunities, and it really felt like home. It felt like a place that I knew that I could grow into the person that I was going to be someday.
Our goal is not to say, look to your right and look to your left, and only one of you is going to make it out of here. Our goal is look to your right and look to your left, and these are your teammates that will help you be successful as all 3 of you move towards graduation. We believe that students come into engineering not just because they have a talent for math and science, but because they want to change the world.
When I was deciding which medical school to go to, I learned very early on that every school out there is going to teach you the science of being a doctor, but not every school has the sense of community amongst the students, with the faculty, the staff, and everyone involved in our education.
Our students are building on the legacy of the Wright brothers. This is the city of innovation, and our students that come to our School of Medicine are creative young people that are not only intellectually gifted, but also are socially conscious, that can become the type of physicians that America wants.
We're not training to be one physician out in the community, we're training to be a part of a team. It's very important to us that we get involved in medical research, and that's available to you here.
Our students work side by side with world-class researchers, not only on campus, but also within the Dayton community, learning how medications and research that's being done actually impacts upon the patient in the real-life setting. Our students go to practically every continent to do the Global Health Initiative, to work side by side with physicians in these third world countries.
Anywhere from the Caribbean to India, Africa, Nepal, you name it. Our students go out into the world and learn how to be better physicians with limited resources.
Building on the legacy of the Wright brothers, our students are the medical innovators of the future. They're those pioneers that have that courage, that have that internal spirit. Every student, all these socially conscious, very talented students, can be that next innovator that will teach the world the next big thing about medicine. These are the type of individuals that we recruit to our school. We take good students and we make them great physicians.
I chose the Lake campus because of the small class sizes, the generous faculty, and the community that we are located in.
The Lake campus offers a variety of degrees up here, not only in agriculture, but also in engineering, business, nursing. A student can start off with getting their associate's degree. They can move on to get their bachelor's degree. You can even go on a further year degree and get a master's.
It really fits my schedule because it's really flexible. Currently, I'm working 40 hours a week and being able to take 2 classes here at Lake campus.
The relationship between professors and students is incredible. The professors are always willing to put in some extra time to help out the students and make sure that they actually succeed because they actually care about us and make sure that we get that degree.
The BSN degree here at the Lake campus is a 4-year program that is available to students looking to become a nurse. The curriculum is the exact same one that is offered in Dayton campus.
My degree in food science can take me into a variety of careers. I could start off as a quality tech in a plant, then I can move up to quality manager, plant manager, production manager.
With the programming class that I'm currently in now, it allows me to take what I've learned here at Lake campus and bring it into my career.
The generation before us, it was a lot more difficult to get a 4-year degree, but with the Lake campus and all their offerings, it's not so hard anymore.
It allows students to come in from all over, especially because we have housing.
Seeing them come to a local college like this and taking what they learned here and going back to their own communities to help improve is really inspirational.
I'm Tom Trainer, the Dean of the Roswine College of Business at Wright State University. Our college is an outstanding choice for any student who wants to have a successful business career. Our faculty are very well prepared to teach them the latest business practices. They have doctoral degrees from leading business schools throughout the United States, and they are active researchers who take the outcomes of their research projects and apply them to their classes very effectively. Our faculty are very friendly and very approachable. They're happy to work with our students on a one-on-one basis, and they bring a lot of hands-on experiential activities into the classroom that involve real businesses. This is all proven by student surveys and our outstanding record of internship and career placement.
I chose Roswine College of Business because I knew I would get the chance to interact with my professors, eventually build a relationship with faculty and staff, and get help in the future with internships and job opportunities, and as well as network with the local area. I knew Wright State was connected with the local businesses in Dayton, and I thought this was a great opportunity for me to come in here and jumpstart my career.
One of the things I love about teaching at the college is that we have a very close relationship with our business community. The business community not only comes into the classroom as guest speakers, we also have many of our students who have internships within the local community, as well as also after the internships, many of the businesses in the area hire our students for full-time job placements.
So the reason I came to the Roswine College of Business is 3 reasons. The close-knit community feel that you get here, the small class sizes, and then what was really important to me, the AACSB accreditation.
Our excellence is backed up by several independent reviewers. We are accredited by AACSB, the leading accreditor in the world. Princeton Review lists us as a best business school, as does U.S. News and World Report. These honors establish us as one of the top business schools in the United States and the only business school in the region to have all 3 honors.
I'm a transfer student, so I came from a large university where a lot of us didn't necessarily get the attention that we deserved. Since coming to Wright State, I've made great relationships with my professors, especially in my upper level classes with the smaller class sizes. In the College of Business, you get the big university feel, but with the sense of a small, well-connected community.
The Roswine College of Business is the perfect place for me. I couldn't see myself anywhere else.
Our program is creative and innovative and transformative.
We are preparing nurses who are going to be ready to take on the complex challenges of the healthcare environment today.
one of the ways that we have really strengthened is with the use of high-fidelity simulators.
With simulation, I can have mannequins that breathe, blink, talk, have heart sounds that I can change, lung sounds that I can change, vital signs that I can change and make them abnormal, so that every student has an opportunity to come in and have to respond to situations that are going to be very common, or even some that may not be very common. They have an opportunity to practice and say, I have done this before, now this makes sense to me.
Premier Health and Wright State University College of Nursing and Health have joined together to improve transition to practice for new nurses. They're placed on the unit where they'll be working. When they graduate, they very quickly acclimate and become functioning registered nurses at a higher level.
Our faculty really know our students because they're working with them in small groups, and they're working with them in clinical settings where they're getting that one-on-one feedback every day that they're in those clinical settings so that they can be prepared to move forward when they leave here to be real nurses.
We have exceptional strength in our graduate programs. We have 10 master's tracks. Several of our nurse practitioner programs have 100% pass rates. So we have been a leader in graduate education. Pioneers are willing to think outside the box and to take a few risks and to try new things. I think because of some of the creative ventures that we've gotten involved in, shows that we're willing to take those risks in order to be leaders.
Welcome to Wright State. My name is Cassidy and we're going to show you some hot spots of campus here. So right now we are in the Dunbar Library on the first floor. On this floor we do have our full functioning Starbucks so you can get your caffeine intake. We also have a group study area around there, so if you want to study with some friends, hang out throughout the day, you're always able to go there. We also have our circulation desk back this way. This is where students are able to check in and check out books throughout the day. You're also able to see if your professors put your books on here for reserve. So if you're taking a class and a professor has you doing maybe one paper out of one book, another paper out of another book, and you don't want to have to buy all those books, you can see if they came here to put them on reserve. So you can check out the book up to 2 hours a day and then check it back in after you get your homework done. So here on the second floor of the library, we do have a good view of how it was recently renovated. We also have all new furniture that a lot of us students have been enjoying. We do have these new desks that where you're able to pedal while you study. I don't know if I'd be able to focus and do both of those things at once, but they're available for students if you're interested. And we are named after the Wright brothers. So we do have a life-size model of the airplane flown by the Wright brothers right above us right now. Not a lot of students can say they have an airplane in their library, so I think that's pretty cool. Over here on the second floor, we also have our informational help desks for students. So if you're ever having problems looking for maybe a book on campus, research paper, anything like that, you can always go here and they're able to help students with that. On the third floor now, we do have our quiet study area. So if you ever get distracted easily like I do, you're always able to come up here where they have a lot of cubicle style desks for students to have that independent study. We also have rooms on the third floor that are group study rooms or quiet study rooms. So if you're maybe working on a presentation with other students and want to work with them alone, isolated in an area, you're able to reserve one of those rooms. Or if you really get distracted, you can use one of those quiet study rooms and reserve a cubicle just for yourself here. And if you're between classes and have some free time, you're able to come up to the fourth floor of our library where we have our archives and our special collections area. We have the largest Wright brothers history information here on this floor. This is a place where majors of any kind can come here and get hands-on history. That is the end of our tour. Thanks for joining us. If you ever want any more information, you're able to go to Wright State's website, wright.edu, or always contact our admissions office for more information. We hope you make the right choice and we see you soon.
I was never told I couldn't do math or science as a kid. Even when I came here to Wright State, I still never heard that. And now I'm on campus working in a physics lab, and I'm really excited to pursue my physics PhD.
One of the key missions of the university is to do basic primary research that companies can't do. So students come in and they're able to actually participate in the real science experiments, which is great. So when they go out in the job force or wherever they go, they've actually done real experiments.
One of the unique things about our college is that even undergraduates can become involved in research opportunities.
By doing research in one of the labs here, I've gotten hands-on experience in addition to the textbook learning that most students have.
Our college has close to 100 research laboratories, and there's so many opportunities for students to get involved.
I try to give the students everything they need to succeed, but a key thing is I try to step back and let the students follow their own interests once they figure out what those are in the lab.
The college is committed to the success of our students by providing hands-on research opportunities and real-world experience. In the laser lab, we use the TerraView system to analyze materials and find out about their characteristics.
We study muscle physiology and neuromuscular transmission. Recently we started looking at Huntington's disease, which has caught some interest because historically that's been studied only as a neurological disorder. At a university, you can come up with a new idea that may change the direction, and you get to push that idea forward. It's often a lot of hard work, but if you're right, you can change the course of how science is done or help lead the way for multiple new discoveries.
Our doctoral program and the internship program have enjoyed the highest level accreditation from the American Psychological Association since 1982. The School of Professional Psychology is somewhat unique among the academic units at Wright State in that we are a graduate program only. We offer doctoral training in clinical psychology. Diversity has been an integral part of the SOPP mission since its very beginning. We have pioneered a multi-identities approach to teaching diversity that helps students focus on themselves as diverse beings, as well as working with others, taking into consideration issues of power, privilege, and oppression. A clinical psychologist is more than just the therapist, and so that our training would include also understanding how people work, so that all the agencies that offer mental health services or where there are people, these are places where our students train. Our students are involved in coursework, academic theoretical work, at the same time that they are gaining clinical experience. The Ellis Institute, which is located off campus just west of downtown Dayton, is our training, service, and research facility. And it offers a range of services for preschoolers all the way through senior citizens. We want a well-rounded student. We want students who bring some level of scientific skepticism, ability to think critically, but we also want students who are able to be with other people, students who are interested in working with others, students who can tolerate differences and who are open to challenges. And also we want students who are interested in change and who believe in the possibility of change, because that's fundamentally what our work is all about. We are very happy to be a part of Wright State University.
This place is very good in the sense that it can provide very good education.
If it's neuroscience, if it's liberal arts, even if it's performance arts, there are so many different programs to feed into that niche of what you're really interested in.
Wright State is a very positive environment for the research. With this support, I was able to start the research that I am doing right now.
From the basic science to the benchtop and translational. As a grad student, I have access to all three of these different types of research.
Wright State is all about collaboration, including this building.
The NEC is unique because it brings engineers and neuroscientists together in one building, and this hasn't ever been done before.
There are like a very good high-end classes that they can really improve their skills. And at the same time, for the research, there is a lot of actually research laboratories around here.
I'm working on what's called nosologic imaging for brain tumors. I'm taking multimodal imaging, so all of these different types of MR images to create one map to be able to diagnose and treat that patient.
I've been doing translational research by using optical imaging for the last 15 years. We are using lasers or light sources to detect cancer. We also use the light at the same time to treat the cancer. So rather than radiation, we are just using the low light therapy so that there is no side effects. So if they are interested in, or if they want to at least test whether they are interested in research, they can get onto any labs here. Everybody is very friendly here. They will be very much willing to, take into the lab, and They can basically work in our laboratories.
I'm able to collaborate on these projects with multiple researchers to be able to find solutions in the immediate future instead of something far off.